Welcome back, ladies, to Balance Redefined Radio. I'm Connie Sokol, your host, and I am thrilled to have you meet our health and fitness guru today, Andie Thueson. Thanks for being with us today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We are so thrilled because we have looked high and low to bring an expert to you that, as you know, we are all about real, who can make it real and keep it real. Because we're busy women, wives, mothers, aunts, sisters, community workers, blah, blah, blah. And we've got to do this in a way that aligns our body image with positive, healthy, happy, let's get energy feel, plus keeps it sustainable. So that's what we're going to talk about today. She is fabulous. I know, and I'm so excited because she is all about this. So let me give you some scoops about who she is, so you know why you should even listen to her. Never mind that we totally endorse her. And then we're going to go through and have her share just a couple of key things because she is going to be one of our experts at our Let's Do This online event. We are so excited. And ladies, if you have not registered for this event, get registered now because we opened it up and within 24 hours, 100 spots filled. We had to open up another additional seating and that another 100 is almost filled as well. So we're only going to open up a few more spots after that. So get on and get registered. If you want to do that, I will share the link at the end. If you want it now, it's balancewithconnie.com and then /let's-do-this. Okay, no apostrophe in let's, but just let's-do-this. So balancewithconnie.com /let's-do-this with the little hyphens in between. All right, moving on. Check that out. But about Andie, okay, so she's a fitness and health coach, but let's get the specifics and the woo-woo kind of a thing because she is officially a member of the National Association of Sports Medicine and a certified personal trainer and nutrition specialist. Did I mention that she's all in one? She's got this. All right, she's got you. And she also knows from a personal perspective, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit, because she lost 40 pounds and learned a lot of the things that work and don't work. And we're going to talk about that as well. And she just had a new book come out, a book of 30 60-day challenges, 60 30-day challenges, reverse that.
Yep, that's it.
30-day challenges that are varied and fabulous and will get results. So we're going to talk about that too. So lots of juicy things today. First and foremost, I know what they're going to be wanting to know, which is what I wanted to know, is how did you get this whole jump start? You were at this place years ago where you had this 40 pounds on that we've all been there, especially if we've had children, right? Gaining and losing.
Yeah.
So what was the catalyst for you to just go to this one day, I'll be done, let's do it differently?
I think I just got tired. I got tired of being tired. I got tired of being like not loving what I saw in the mirror and not loving the way I felt about myself and not having energy for my kids. I was a young mom of 3 kids and I felt like every day I went to bed and I was totally exhausted. I was just barely surviving being a human. Like it just felt like so much. And then just one day I woke up and I said, I've got to change. I've got to make a shift because if I don't, this is not a way to live. So I started making small changes. I tried taking time for exercising and that I started to feel better. And it was just it wasn't like this big change. It just was every day I tried to be a little bit better than I was the day before. And then the next day I got a little bit better and a little bit better. And I started making choices that were based on foods that made me feel good as opposed to things that just tasted good and didn't really give me the energy and the nutrients that I needed. And I'm a big nerd. So I dived deep into the internet and tried to like check out all these diets and what was working, what wasn't working. And in my own journey, I created Maybe I Will, where I answered these questions. I tried these crazy fad diets and I told people if they worked or they didn't work. And in this process, I not only lost the 40 pounds, but I learned really that it's more about loving myself and treating myself like the amazing human that I am, as opposed to, you know, living off my kids' scraps and treating myself like a second-class citizen, which I hear from so many women. They do this. They like don't even make their health a priority. They don't even make their food a priority. They're eating off their kids' plate. It's madness the way that we treat ourselves. So I'm very adamant about helping women to put themselves first and to make their health a priority.
And it sounds like to me what you're saying is that you recognize it clicked this mindset of seeing yourself differently and being able to say, wait a second, Mom is the hub. And if I'm not feeling good, if I'm not functioning, nobody's going to function correctly. So I've got to make this a priority, and being able to say, no, you are a human being, treat yourself like one, and other people will do that too. And you will be able to experience those domino effects of the good things that you're doing that will last long term.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It starts from loving yourself first and making yourself a priority, and all that trickles out to everyone in your life and in your circles of influence.
And that sounds to me like, I know a lot of women when I'm talking to them, they're like, oh, I don't want to take time and energy to invest in myself. I've just got to do the daily. Not realizing that what they're doing when they do that, invest in themselves, put time and energy into that little bit that's needed daily, right? Because it's not that much
Right.
on the scheme of things. But as they do that, their children and their husbands, their influence or circle of influence are influenced, because I've seen that with my kids, that domino effect of, I'm eating healthier. And so they naturally are starting to eat healthier, not thinking about, they actually take my healthy treats. I'm like, go eat the fat stuff. I pay for this extra, right?
Yep. They start to steal that good stuff.
So really this shift, this mind shift is just so key. It sounds like to me, in order to move forward.
If you want to change who you are, you have to change what you think about yourself and the words that you put into your brain. And you've got it. The biggest advice I can give people when they're trying to become healthier and more fit is, you got to become a person who's healthier and more fit. And it's not, and I'm just going to exercise every day. I'm a person who exercises every day. I'm a person who eats healthy, and you change your identity. And when I made that shift, is I'm a person who exercises. There's no question if I get up and go to the gym, because I'm a person who exercises. So it's making that shift in your identity and the way that we view ourselves.
I love
Huge,
that.
magical power in that.
And we see that so much in different authors. The Power of Habit, Charles Duhigg,
Yes.
the Becoming the Habit Yourself, Dr. Joe Dispenza. We see that where they say, don't say I am Atomic Habits. Don't just say, well, I'm going to work out. Like you said, I am a fit person. And then how would a fit person behave? And I think just such a key piece, that mindset, that mind shift. So let me segue a little bit then. How, if a woman is not at that mind shift kind of place, how does she get there? How does she help herself to not just be like, fine, I'm just going to eat the whole pan of brownies? How does she help herself get there?
I would start with writing it out, and at the key of everything with all the women that I've worked with over the years, it really boils down to knowing that you are enough, and deeply understanding that. So I would urge, if you're having a hard time with making habits and putting yourself first, go into your bathroom mirror and write, I am enough. And repeat that every day. And then you'll start to feel that, and you'll start to feel like, oh, I am worth it.
Absolutely.
And it makes these other little habits fall into place.
I love that. Go ahead.
Another big thing that I like to tell women is, and I remind them, you are the heart of your home. And the heart is the most selfish organ. It saves the best blood for itself first before it pumps anything else to anybody, any other organs. It always saves that best blood. If it doesn't, the second that it doesn't put itself first, organs shut down, body shuts down. So you've got to make yourself a priority, and you got to put yourself first, and you got to save that good stuff for yourself, because then you're able to disperse and you're able to give on higher and better levels to your families.
I love that. And you are exactly right. And I would even say, more than even just selfish, which I love that you use that. It is a priority organ. It knows that this priority needs to come first, because all other ones domino effect from that.
It all hinges on the heart. And it all hinges on us as moms.
Love that. I absolutely love that. And that is just so profound on both levels, because the mother is that heart of the home, and she really does set the tone and the pace. And if we value health and well-being and self-care, then they will start to, at least they have the choice to. And I've noticed that my kids, I don't nag them about their health. I have noticed that as I'm a good example and I'm positive and happy about it, they naturally follow suit. It's just an incredible sort of one leads to the other. I was talking with my daughter about what we wanted to do to connect this year. And we ended up, this was a month or so ago, we were getting kind of a jump on it. And she said, well, I'd love to go to the gym together. You know, she's 14. Now she's just having fun. And you know, I just want to keep it fun for her for sure. But we're just having fun together, but we're associating connection and joy at a gym where we're doing something physical and something joyful.
That is so fun. And my son started going to the gym with me this year, and it's been so fun to like have him there with me. And it's just kind of our thing that we go work out together, and it's been such a joy.
I love it. And I think it goes without saying that the emphasis is not weight loss. When I'm with my kids, it's about energy and vitality and being able to have fun and feel our bodies move and have the ability to do the things we want to do. So I think
our bodies are such a gift.
Now let's kind of
I love that
body image. Tell me what you see when you work with women. What are some of the problems that you see with the body image?
It really is that we look at our bodies, and instead of seeing this incredible instrument that we've been given, because our bodies are a huge gift. I mean, our hearts beat, our lungs breathe. Everything that we do is just effortless and easy. And it's such a gift. And I see these women who just, all they can see when they look in the mirror is, oh, I've got this flabby piece here. I've got this little piece here. Or my nose is too big.
Arms.
Like church lady arms. I'm like, that's all they see. So if I can help women to look in the mirror and start saying, you know, I have beautiful, kind eyes. I have gorgeous hair. Or like start looking. Or if you do feel like you have big legs or whatever it is that you reframe it, be like, I have legs that are strong. They get me from point A to point B. I have beautiful arms that I hold my babies with, and I can pick them up and I can love them. I can help them with these hands and these arms. And if you just start to, I always say when we head down that negative road, we got to flip it. What can I think about positive on this negative road? So if we're worried, if we're complaining about our arms, what do we love about our arms? What do they do for us? Why are we grateful for them? Why can we be appreciative of this piece of our body that we don't love? These stretch marks, I'm mad at these stretch marks, but I have beautiful babies, and those are a sign that I had these wonderful babies come into my life, and I was able to give birth, and I was able to carry a child. My body did that. So just really reframing those negative thoughts is very powerful.
I love it. And I'm laughing that right now, we haven't even spoken once about some cool weight loss thing, right? It all starts in the mind, body, and soul. Like it starts here to make that shift. I love that. And that's the only way I know you've experienced this, that it's going to last, that any shift we make is going to last. So on that note, let's talk about what deters women from believing and trusting in these kinds of subtle but powerful shifts and jumping to the trendy. So what's so damaging about these trends, and what have you seen as some of the most damaging that you've studied or find for yourself?
Yeah, and I think the reason why we as women, we as humans are drawn to these sexy trends is because we want quick, easy results. And I coach women, and what we do is not easy. It's not sexy. It's not quick. But it works, and it's lasting change because we start and we focus on the basics. We strip everything down and we talk about, and I work with people on just the basics, the things that actually matter. All these other things, they boil down to two things: being in a calorie deficit and eating healthy proteins that produce lean muscle mass. All these other things, keto, there's so many, it's ridiculous. But all of them boil down to the same thing. Honestly, I tell this to my people. I'm like, if you wanted to lose weight and I gave you your calorie numbers and you ate cookies all day long, you absolutely would lose weight if you stayed at your number. Would you feel terrible? Absolutely. Would you be starving? Absolutely. But you would lose weight. So it's really, we try to make weight loss so complicated, but really it's super simple. It's figuring out what calories you need, how much protein you need, and that's all. And and it's being consistent. And I love that, because you're right. That is not blingy at all. And it's not blingy at all. It's not sexy.
No, the manufacturers know that. That's why it's a multi-billion-dollar industry of this weight loss stuff. Okay, I've just got to ask you, what is one of the craziest trends that you've seen or tried?
Oh my goodness. Over the years, I've tried some wacky stuff. There's like a 3-day military diet I reviewed. I've tried weight loss pills that just really mess with your system. Like, it's been some terrible,
Juicy.
bad, dark times in my life that I tried some crazy, scary stuff that wasn't healthy for my body. And I was addicted to diet pills, and I hated the way they made me feel, just about myself and even just my body.
Yeah.
They're not worth it. Don't ever do those. They seem sexy and like you're going to get this quick fix, but they don't work. Just flush them down the toilet if you have them.
And the damage that it does after with this yo-yo thing messes with your psyche of I'm going to fail anytime I try something. And then the effect it has on our kids. I know my mom, out of the goodness of her heart, this was like a trend at the time. It was the Cambridge diet, and it was like the liquid diet. You know, when I lost 10 pounds in a week and I was in junior high, she was trying to help us all be supportive for my sister. She didn't know better. And that's why the example of the mom, again, it comes back to, it's not the pressure, but this beautiful example and this beautiful opportunity we have as mothers and as women, that we can be an example of health and sustainable health.
Yes.
That will help us through stress and difficult times and holidays and whatever. And we won't have this yo-yo spike up and down. We'll have this really beautiful, generally on a nice even keel experience with lots of energy.
Yeah, that is my whole mission and goal. I feel like on this planet is to flip the script on weight loss completely and stop coming at weight loss from a place of fear, of hate, of shame, but make it a place of joy and peace and love for our bodies, that we do these things because we love ourselves and we want to feel better and we want to treat these beautiful gifts the way that they should be treated.
I love it. And as we do that, in fact, I was just talking with a friend of mine the other day. She goes, oh, I've just got this 5 pounds. This last 5 pounds I've got to get off. And I said, sweetie, I've got to share with you that I feel to my soul, the second that you relax and make peace with your body, it will come off. It just will.
Absolutely.
Because you're fighting. We do that,
stop
right?
Fighting your body.
We fight our body, and it's like, what? If we're aligned with our body, then everything relaxes and we don't get the high cortisol and we don't get the stress response. We can actually be in flow with our bodies. So it really is about getting to that place. All right, we just have a couple minutes, and I am loving this. And I know that you help women get to that place. Over the years, I know there's lots of things that you have tried and done and found to be successful. And that's what you teach women now, and they can get lasting results. What would you recommend and say you have? I mean, you're going to share other things at our online event. They're going to be fantastic. But just what's one quick or surprising thing that you have found over the years that you're like, you know what? This is really a staple. This is a really, maybe people wouldn't realize this is a real go-to for health. This is just a sustainable one.
I would say the biggest, hugest thing that women can do for themselves is get really focused on getting quality protein into their diets. I think that's one thing as women we fail at consistently, is not getting enough protein. And when I started this journey, I just remembered thinking, oh, I don't want to look like one of those she women with all the like muscles. I don't want to look like that gal from Napoleon Dynamite. That's not what I want to look like. Anyways, I didn't want to look like Sheila. I think your name was. Anyways, Starla, that's it. Anyways, but really, if you want a nice, lean, toned body, it's all about protein. So that's the biggest giveaway I can get women, is finding a good protein powder that you like, a good protein bar, something where you're getting a good amount of protein every day. And in my program, I go over exactly how much you need and all that, but it's definitely something to pay attention to.
So maybe eggs too, and like lean turkey, or like, you know.
Right. Yeah. There's so many great sources of protein out there. Lots of vegetables have more protein than others. So if you're like a vegetarian or vegan, you can still absolutely get that protein in.
I was so surprised. We love edamame, and I didn't realize how much protein is in edamame.
It's got a lot. It's a good source.
I was like, what? We could eat that stuff like popcorn. It's so yummy.
It's so yummy.
Not a plug for Costco, but kind of. But they have those big frozen bags of edamame, and they're in individual bags. You toss them in the microwave for 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, so yummy. So you're exactly right. And I know that you help women find ways to get that protein into their diet in reasonable, doable, sustainable ways. Again, not just a hit and miss fad, but being able to make it a part of your new
integrating it into their lifestyle and making
love.
it a habit.
Oh, I love that because, oh man, I'm all about that. Getting into that process of taking it to the habit. So then it's on autopilot and you don't have to think about it and you keep feeling good. I love this. And I know you have so much more to share and we're going to do more at that online event. Remember, ladies, if you just are joining us, she is Andie Thueson, is our awesome, star, credible person who is our professional health and wellness coach, who's going to be one of the 4 experts that are on our Let's Do This online webinar event. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you haven't got your spot, this really isn't one of those, wait, don't order yet kind of thing. This really is, go get your spot now, because within 24 hours, the 100 spots filled, overfilled. We opened up another 100 and that's about filled right now. And then we are going to open up just a few more. So register, we have it at www.balancewithconnie.com, then / or / is it a / let's do this. So balancewithconnie.com / let's do this. And you can get registered on that event. And then you can also get the replay. You're going to want that 90 minutes of 4 fabulous takeaways about get purpose, get fit, get organized, and get healthier relationships, plus 4 giveaways, plus 4 grand prizes. We are giving away programs and we're talking pricey stuff here, people. So absolutely fantastic. Andie, if between now and then they want to get with you, where's the best place to reach you? How is the best way to do that?
There's a couple ways you can. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Andie Thues, and that's just ANDIETHUES, or on my website, maybeiwill.com, where I kind of take the maybe out of it and I make sure you will.
I love it. So the maybeiwill.com if you're not knowing which other way to go, and also join us for the event on January 8th online. So check it out at Mine Connie Sokol on Facebook. If you go on to any Connie Sokol, it will lead you there, but Connie Sokol on Facebook and you will find us. Andie, thank you so much. I've got great notes. I'm just going to give you a quick tap for those that had joined us. She said, change your mindset, see yourself basically with a whole lens, reframe it with your body image, and flip the script, which I love, so that you can see yourself and this health journey in a positive, joyful way to align with who you are and your body. Love it. We will get you more information on this at that online event. But meanwhile, thank you, Andie, for being with us today.
Thank you.
So wonderful. And as always, if you want any more of these beautiful, juicy podcasts, subscribe. You can also rate them below. You can also get more at my website, conniesokol.com. And remember, make this year your year. Get balance redefined.